Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/curlmanitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now. Well, here we are, late into the evening, or later into the evening, at the East St. Paul Curling Club. I promise you that it doesn't look like this outside right now. It's a little black, a little dark out there. Those parking lots you see are not quite as full as they were earlier today for the Laws-Jones game, and yet a pretty decent crowd here tonight at the East St. Paul Arena as we bring in bonus, extra overtime, whatever you want to call it, a tiebreaker game between two fine young teams. Abby ACKLAND's team, skipped by Megan Walter, curling out of the East St. Paul Curling Club, and the Assiniboine Memorial team, skipped by Beth Peterson. Peterson has lost a pair of games today to drop into this tiebreaker. On the positive side, the ACKLAND team has won a pair of games today to climb up into the tiebreaker. And so the trajectory of the two teams, Barry Gorlick, as we start this tiebreaker game, the Peterson team has to find a way to be positive after a tough day and to make something happen.
We've spoken throughout the week about the intangibles at high-level competition in any sport, but especially in curling. Here's one for you. This is the third game for each of these teams today. It's already been a 10-hour-long day. It's going to get longer. They're fit athletes, but the fitness that really matters is the fitness between the ears. They have to somehow, in the case of the Peterson team, block out the fact that they're 0-2 today and come back onto the ice surface one more time and give it their all, which they'll do. On the flip side, the ACKLAND team is 2-0 today. They're on a run. They want to roll the table today and make it to that semifinal, and they're desperate to do that. So they are going to leave everything out there. The brushers are going to somehow find the energy and the strength and the overall emotional ability to brush as hard as they did on the first rock this morning. It's a bit of a marathon, Resby, but that's part of being in a bonspiel of this significance. They're both happy with a different level of happiness to at least have this opportunity to make it to the 2-3 game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. One of them will have a very good night's sleep. One of them will go to sleep very disappointed.
But we will see different reaction to the big shot that might happen if, or the big bad break that might happen. I think the Walter team has had the positive day. If something goes a little wrong, they're going to be able to handle it. If the Peterson team has something really go wrong early, it could, sort of just say, "Oh boy, it's just not here today." On the other hand, a really big shot, a winning shot, a double kill, a hit and roll at an important time, could just give them the boost they need to really get right into this thing. So, but the game is on right from the start. The red stones being thrown by Team ACKLAND, yellow by Team Peterson. Bunch of guards in play. Peterson in behind with the first opportunity, and they're just apparently quite willing to just really attack.
Absolutely. And listen, the Peterson team already has a win tonight. They won the hammer. That's a start. That matters to them. We won't have to talk to you about the no-tick zone in this first end because it's completely out of play. And ideally, with hammer, Beth Peterson would sure like to crack a deuce, or even more than that, just to settle into this game and to turn the tide on everything that's happened so far to her today.
Beth Peterson went wide with that in-turn draw. It seemed to find a bit of a new track, and it really bailed into the center line, although a little bit underweight. That might have been a key factor there. But this is all set up nicely that we can see a big weight hit, yellow onto red, onto yellow to remove the yellow stone in the back of the rings. Megan really liked the look of that. The rest of the team saying, no, just a minute, let's go around this side and go to that yellow one with the out-turn draw.
We've been saying this all week, but Megan has that brush almost out to the edge of the 12-foot this early in the game. Sarah Oliver is being asked to come around and ultimately to get right to the center line, so we're seeing nearly 6 feet of movement already. That's going to mean several things. Number one, there's no such thing as a single rock guard. You can get to any stone behind a single rock guard. Number two, it's going to lead to a lot of rocks in and around the 4-foot circle, and we're starting to see the beginnings of that now. Here we are into the 10th rock of the end, the 8th rock of the end. There isn't a single rock at the back bumper yet.
Beth Peterson looked at whether the yellow onto red would do anything beneficial, but she said, in her opinion, it's just going to jam that red right in there on the top of the center line. They don't want that, so they're going to bang that center line rock and see what kind of action they get out of that.
Gotta go.
Catherine Dirksen, having thrown a good solid upweight shot, moved several rocks, but is still leaving Beth Peterson with hammer vulnerable at the moment.
Abby ACKLAND will throw an out turn. If she can slide past the 2-3 center line guards and make contact with the red stone, she can roll to the outside, remove the yellow from the center, and end up lying, as we see, 2 reds up the center line. Beth Peterson now able to use the clearing that she did on the previous, because she did get that red to roll out of the way, so she can hit a full hit, yellow onto yellow. And it's Jenna Loader who throws the third stones for Peterson.
No, clean. Yep. Gotta go.
Spills all the yellows.
Just over curled a little bit, giving an opportunity to Megan Walter to call a center guard and protect her 2 stones in the rings. The objective being to limit Beth Peterson to a single point in this opening end, and not even thinking about stealing any points at this stage. A single will be a win of the first end from the perspective of Team Ackland. This rock is thrown right at the edge of the 12-foot.
Okay, go then, Kens. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's still tracking at the edge of the 8-foot.
And now slides right across
Whoa, whoa.
to almost touch the center line.
Tremendous movement in this sheet of ice tonight.
Okay. 9, just the top 2.
The added bonus with the rock that just came to rest is that it's slightly overlapping the other red rock on the center line, so there's no clean run back.
No. Close. Clean. Easy clean. Yep. Whoa.
She does bang a couple of red rocks out of the rings. Doesn't know which one to sweep. Rolled all three of them. Red does slide in behind a couple of guards that are just a foot or so off center. Straight out from that red stone at the back. Here we see the action that she's able to generate with that yellow on the outside of the nose of the red, killing those two and getting good impetus onto that red that was in the 4-foot circle. First of skip stones for Megan Walter.
Grab it.
She throws the red rocks.
Yep.
It's a skip for
Yep.
Team
Whoa.
Ackland.
Whoa.
She will
Close. Throw.
bang that yellow, hoping to roll a little bit. Doesn't quite get the roll she wanted. She'd have been able to come up another inch, Barry. She would have rolled right across. But to a fair extent, the force is on here.
In speaking with the team before the start of this game, and actually the parents of Meg Walter, they had said that their daughter has found a way to really up her game today. She was upset at a couple of bad breaks that happened in one of her games in particular on Thursday and again yesterday. But she is a former world champion in 4-person mixed. Had the ability to wake up this morning and know that a lot of it's on her shoulders. And even though she's only 20, she's happy to rise to the challenge, and so far today has done exactly that.
The Ackland team has won a pair already today to move to a record of 5 wins and 3 losses. As we mentioned, the Peterson team has lost a pair today to move back to a record also of 5 and 3, hence the tiebreaker game that you see. Yellowstone is going to crash over, and now the Walter Ackland team can seriously think about a steal.
You were prescient with your comments. A throw like that does nothing to raise Beth Peterson's personal confidence, and there's always the worry that they're thinking, even at this early stage, oh no, not again.
Edge of the 8-foot. Nice draw, tap, wait. She'll try to play to this red rock, punch it back to the 4-foot. Pushes it deep.
That's fine.
Does lay 3, but the Peterson team has been let a little off the hook here.
Bit of an get out of jail free card, to be honest.
That rock, had it been pushed straight back, there would have been nothing but a hit facing 3 and probably an assured steal of 1. Now facing 3, Beth Peterson is throwing the draw in the same turn, the same curl that she saw with her first stone. She knows she was a little underweight, so she can cruise right through that port at the top of the rings into the forefoot. She's got a little backing given the way that this ice is curling. That redstone in the back forefoot is 1.5 feet off the center line, but by the time this rock gets to the top of the forefoot, it will be curling to get to that spot.
Running hot cat, can you?
Here again, it's outside the 8 foot.
And it is staying dead straight. Going to end up right on the nose of that redstone, is going to punch it in to the 8 foot circle, and it is a steal of 3 for the red team, the team ACKLAND, representing the East St. Paul Curling Club, who would be delighted to have one of their teams playing on the final day. So it is 3-0 ACKLAND over Peterson in the 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, presented by Rocky Mountain Equipment. Tiebreaker game here at East St. Paul.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Where can you find handmade pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, the finest Manitoba-sourced fried chicken, and so much more? Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Arena, steal of 3 for Team ACKLAND. Critical point here now for Beth Peterson and her team to climb back into this game on the second end. Otherwise, it really could go haywire real quick. So as these opening shots evolve, I want to take you back to this afternoon. Jennifer Jones playing Caitlin Laws. Jones Laws tied after 8 ends. Jones gets 2 on the 9th end, and the last end really just went all crazy. And I'm going to ask if we can get that replay again, because I want to show you the setup. This is Caitlin Laws throwing
7-second hack-to-hack weight, as hard a rock as he's throwing all week.
Trying to run red onto, or yellow onto red, red back to make a double kill, and just jammed it through the wickets. It is rare that a highlight shot is a miss. For sure that's a highlight shot in any league if she makes the double kill, but it was so close, Barry Garlick, to the perfect double kill for a deuce to tie that game.
Somehow getting it cleanly through the wickets, as you said, is at least as tough a shot as making the shot that they called. She could play that shot 10 times, and at least 7 times she would make it, and 2 times she would touch either the high rock or the low rock, and maybe once she'd put it cleanly through, as happened there. It was maybe a millimeter on the front surface of the rock she was using as a target, maybe a millimeter.
By the time, of course, that rock moved the distance it went, then the next one moved the distance it went, that millimeter would turn into 2 or 3 centimeters, and that was the margin of error. As Caitlin Laws went down to defeat for the first time. Jennifer Jones wins her 8th game in a row. Jones won the privilege of sleeping in tomorrow morning just a little bit before they prepare for the Sunday afternoon final game, which takes place at 2 o'clock, and we'll be here in the broadcast area to talk to you about that game. We'll be here with you at 9:30 tomorrow morning when Caitlin Laws awaits the winner of this game in front of us right now, and we will be with you here through to the end of this game as Beth Peterson and Abby ACKLAND work away at the challenge of being number 3 ranked team in the playoff tomorrow, a position either team will be delighted to have.
Peterson is being diligent about the job ahead. No change in strategy, focusing on setting up 2 corner guards and now clearing the middle, trying to fashion 2 points out of this end to get herself right back in the game, both mathematically and emotionally.
And emotionally, absolutely. So you saw that red rock, the double kill on the Reds. The red does roll back deep in the corner, but still biting. I think from this perspective, it would appear that the yellow rock at the top of the rings may well be the second shot rock counting out that biter. We'll see when we have an overhead shot. Yes, there it is. And it is that yellow sitting second shot stone.
Do you like around? It's around or the guard?
The ACKLAND team, Megan Walter in the house, calling the shot, throwing the red stones, and they're going to play a guard. They'd be okay being reasonably tight to the rings, close to that yellow rock, but they don't want to be lined up on it.
2 and 2, just 2.
Right.
We're just 2.
The objective is stagger.
Gotta stop. Okay, we're not to your broom. It's okay, I think you are. Well, yeah, we're missing. You want me to go?
Yeah, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it. Go, 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 go. Good, 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 good.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's like back 8. Like back line, is that what you're saying? I like back line, yeah. You got it, Pat.
Given the swingy nature of the ice, with backline weight, it is possible to get right to the nose of the yellow rock that's the target in order to knock it straight back onto the red one.
Whoa!
But this cannot be overthrown.
Yep!
She curls to it as it passes the guard. She's going to be very close to the nose, very close to the straight nose tap back. Does leave the red stone behind the 4 foot as second shot.
Or you could rip that.
Yeah? I don't have quite all.
It's okay. You like freezing?
Yeah. I like that. This is a nice path here. Yeah. I like zeros. 0.5.
Megan Walter, I think maybe sensing a little bit that if she can sink one in here, she can really, I mean, her strategy is to go right at the Beth Peterson team right at this moment in time.
No line. No
Try to take
line.
advantage of the fact they got them down with the 3 in the first.
Sarah! Try
No
and get a
question.
little
No, we're off.
thinner.
We're off. It's a 14-3.
But there's a risk of letting them back in the game if you happen to throw heavy and back into the back of the 8 foot circle.
This isn't in the 4 anymore, so. Okay. Above it.
That was the one tolerance that they had to try to avoid. What that's probably telling us is, even this early in the game, the center glide path is picking up speed.
Room.
Jenna Loader,
Okay, line's fine.
Line's curling early.
Line's good. Top 4.
her first stone of this second end.
Where are we?
Really curling.
We're getting the curl that
Where are we? Melissa. Keep
the
it
ACKLAND team was
straight,
looking
keep it
for
straight.
that they didn't quite
Hard.
get. They're going to get back to that red stone on the back center line. Again deep,
Back button.
letting the ACKLAND team off the hook if they can throw their draw into there. If they can hook it across to the rock on the tee line
There's
in front of the 2.
maybe a little bit of evidence of some emotional and even physical fatigue. You heard Beth Peterson asking her front end, "Where are we?" She hasn't had to do that earlier in the day. Communication is key,
Yeah, you gotta hammer it.
and yet they actually went a little bit quiet on her. And it's been a long day.
Hard!
And so
Hard,
far,
Sarah!
a terribly disappointing
Hard,
one.
Sarah!
The red rock into the 4-foot, again deep of the tee line, doesn't curl across quite as much as hoped.
So slow. What? No tap at all? You're behind tee. Okay. You do that.
They continue to allow the Peterson team to pile rocks into the 4-foot circle, and while not yet set up for a big end, all those rocks in play in a tight scoring area with one shot can become counters.
Line's fine.
Okay, you're okay now. Right on it. Holding. Really holding. Holding. Holding.
Stay
It's
close.
Jenna Loader's draw now,
No, line's good. Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Just top button. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
and she is going to get it to cross center a little bit. Back of the button, however.
And the button is still available.
A draw now by the ACKLAND team probably covers the pinhole, certainly if they nestle against that yellow and move it back even a half inch. So we see 1, 2, 3 yellow rocks and a red rock, 3 of those 4 behind the tee line.
These teams are really mixing it up. There's all of 1 stone against the back bumper. Every other stone is in play so far this end.
Whoa, wait for
So
it.
Megan
wait for
Walter
it,
wants
Kat.
to be the
Wait
face
for
of
it.
that yellow rock.
Okay, go.
Just
Up.
move it enough to ensure that she's shot rock.
Line's really
Okay,
good.
Yep. Right on top. Lock it on. Yep. Hard. Hard, Kens. Hard, Kens. Keep going. It looks like
Line's
you're dragging it.
perfect, Kens.
Hard.
Dig.
Top button. Go, Kens.
Dig. Go,
Hard,
go,
Kens.
go.
Hard, Kens. Keep going. Faster. Go, 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 go. Hard. Okay, that's good.
Just
That works.
pulls up short into the top of the 4-foot circle, but does sit at this moment in time second shot stone.
Yeah, you have all of that, hey? I don't really know what else we're doing. This doesn't give us anything. I guess it's a shot for 2. Yeah. What do you see? What?
So 2 yellow Peterson stones yet to come, 1 red ACKLAND stone yet to come.
Shot for 2?
Well, then she guards this.
Yeah. Well, she guards that, and then I can throw this.
Having this many rocks in play just by
I don't
its
mind that.
nature
Okay.
is a very
No, this is my
difficult
first
way
thought.
to play an end.
You want to hit?
It's a very
like,
I don't
emotionally
know if you can see
draining way to
enough.
play
Jenny, you
an
have all
end.
of it.
I don't wish to come back to it
Okay.
too often,
No, I'm
but
hitting less than that.
top athletes have a way of rising to the
Three-quarters?
occasion.
Like there.
Adrenaline needs to kick in. That stored energy needs to kick in. All of
Like
their
it?
training and interaction with
No.
the psychological side of
What's
the
B?
game
I thought 9.
has to
Shake hands.
play
Pinch.
into their game right now.
You got it, Beth?
Beth Peterson sees an angle run here that made perfectly yellow onto red, onto yellow, onto red,
7/8.
has the potential to leave yellow sitting 3, possibly 4. Not an easy shot, but the kind of shot I referred to at the outset as that big shot that can give you that emotional bump that you need in a situation like today. So we'll see if Beth Peterson can deliver that.
The target rock is actually slightly hidden under the red center guard.
Whoa.
Yep.
Just needs to hit
Yes!
high side of the center of the Yellowstone, but she is in fact going to curl over. She's going to bang on that red guard, hit it across, and leaves now Megan Walter with the opportunity to play a bump on her previous rock, push it back onto the rock on the button. She'll be quite content to be sitting 1 here.
I can't see it, no. But if I just toss the guard again, she has the same shot.
So Megan Walter in the hack, her final stone here of the second end. She's looking at the out turn,
Easy line.
draw, tap, move the rock she put in the front of the 4-foot circle with her previous stone. If she can move it back
Curl.
from front 4 to T-line.
Close, stay close, Ken. Stay close. Curl.
Here we come. It comes into the top of the rings. It's going to get to that front 4-foot area. Pushes it. Does not push it to shot stone position. It pushed it straight back. A beautifully lined up stone. But it does sit yellow lying one with a very simple task for Beth Peterson of drawing to that blue circle that you can see surrounding the Scotties logos. If you count, if you just simply call the blue circle the button, all she has to do is have a bite of the button.
Easier said from this side of the plexiglass than done, but Beth Peterson has been stellar on her draw shots the last 4 days.
The question is whether or not there is room for it to curl past the high outside guard and yet still run straight enough to get past the inside guard at the top of the 4-foot.
It's cleared the guard.
Line's perfect.
Her risk now is to be just that little bit heavy, over curl and tick her own rock on the button. Does not do that, to her good fortune. It's a single point for Beth Peterson. She will trail Abby ACKLAND, the Megan Walter skipped Abby ACKLAND team, by a score of 3-1 after 2. We'll be back with end number 3 after this.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
Asham Curling Supply. Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Briar in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Back at the center sheet of the East St. Paul Curling Arena. A single point for Beth Peterson. A valiant attempt to draw to the edge of the Scotties logo for 2. Not quite, a little bit heavy. Gets the 1, trails 3-1 to the Abby ACKLAND team, and now plays the first shot of the end as a center guard about halfway in. The ACKLAND team now, for the first time in the game, will have last rock.
And the ACKLAND team has no appetite for setting up a corner guard. They're going right after Peterson by drawing one to the top of the 4-foot behind Peterson's guard. The beginnings, in all likelihood, of another string of stones lined up behind the rock that Mackenzie Elias just delivered. Peterson testing the intern side.
Top 4. Okay. We're to it. Bouncing. We're bouncing. Okay. Stay close, Jenna. Okay. Go, Jenna. Go, Jenna. Still bouncing. Yep. Still go. Still go. Still go. Good. You're good. You're good. Good, Melissa.
That second Mackenzie Elias stone perfectly placed it on the top of the red rock. Bumps it a little bit.
Yeah. I still like zeros. 95.
Walter asks Melissa Gordon to play the same shot. She'd like to be angled on the yellow a little bit rather than onto the nose of it.
Okay, top 8.
It has been a long day for your commentators too. This is Mackenzie Elias throwing now.
All there. More than that. Key. Just gotta grind.
But they're both fine lead players,
Great, that's good.
arguably interchangeable.
And did place it exactly as I suggested, a little bit angled on the Yellowstone. That's the shot I wanted Mackenzie Elias to be playing. Catherine Dirksen throws the second stones for Beth Peterson. She'd be quite content to get to the nose of the red stone or even a little bit roll inside to the center line.
We're tapping.
For those of our viewers who are familiar with the play of masters curlers throughout Canada and around the world,
Yeah, you'd think.
the idea of having
Yeah.
12 or 14 or even more rocks in play each end will be very familiar to them. It can be nerve-wracking, but that's exactly what's setting up to happen again this end.
That's max.
I can tighten it up a bit.
Okay. Okay, trust it. You got it.
Sarah Oliver in the hack. She'll throw an in-turn hit. Nose or near nose contact on this yellow stone will blast two yellows out of the rings.
9-5.
She's got to get near to the face of it, however.
Harder. Harder.
Okay. Okay.
Gets rid of one yellow, doesn't remove the other.
I got 10. And I was. Right on it. Okay. We do this. I like the first call. I think you have to come this way. I don't think you can make it this way. You know what I mean? Okay.
That's Catherine Dirksen. I think she says okay, meaning, well, I don't think I necessarily agree with you. I think I probably could make it with the in-turn, but I can make it with the out-turn, so let's do that.
That's what okay means at this level.
Little tight. Top 12. Okay, hard then. Slight. Okay, line's great.
This rock
Top 12.
isn't going to
Harmless.
make it.
Tight. Dragonless. Harmless.
From here, it's likely to be over or near contact with the yellow stone on the center line, but does get by it. Comes into the top of the 12-foot circle. Fully in that path direct to the button.
Just touching further on the jargon, the comment by Beth Peterson, that works, is a ever so slightly stronger, but only slightly stronger version of okay.
You like the in again or you like you're out?
Same turn.
So far, nothing's really working.
Throw a 9 so you don't get
It's
For the
just
Peterson
not. No,
key.
it is not.
Yeah.
I like your in with the 9. Yeah, I do too with the 9.
If we peel, we still
Another 9-second hack-to-hack upweight shot from Sarah Oliver. One of the many curlers we've seen this week with effortless power.
If she can hit this high side, meaning on the broom side, the brush side, she can push that yellow rock out through between the two reds at the tee line. Does begin to snap, however. She will bang it straight back, move both rocks out of the 4-foot.
Yeah, that's okay.
That was it?
Yeah.
10-5. Third 10, Jenna.
Can I see a little bit more?
Yep.
Jenna Loader,
Oh, no.
out-turn hit.
Cleat, no.
Cat.
Cat, you gotta go for a piece. You gotta go for a piece.
Need to sweep that to get it to curl to make any kind of contact, according to Beth Peterson. She does get a corner, poke it out.
Yeah. I just straight there with it.
Yeah.
They did need that shooter to stick around. So here again, just ever so slightly off their game.
So the same shot this time by Abby ACKLAND, throwing the third stones. Just high of center, red onto yellow. Does make that, hits it, rolls it into the center line. Also contacts that other red to sit laying 2. But Beth Peterson sees a double.
Hard out turn double.
Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Gonna hit a little too much of it, roll across the face of that rock in the 4-foot.
Okay, good throw, Jenna. Not enough ice.
Even the upweight takeout shots are really moving tonight. Very tough to call. Another example of a curling rock listening to a curler. It did come back. It appears that red does lie first and second shot. So even this early in the game, giving up a deuce is not attractive to the Peterson team. They're seriously looking at using the top red rock on the center line in the 4-foot effectively as a guard to come behind, which is a margin of error shot that borders on 0. And that's what they're playing.
There are all 4 skip rocks to come. Peterson throws first.
Yeah. It's too, my draw here is too much though, hey? This last one I just threw will be too much out here. Okay, even with the swoop. Okay, just a few feet less.
So that wide in-turn draw is underway.
Max line.
Easy, Cat, if you
Okay,
can
whoa,
for now.
we're way out here. We got tons of line. Tons of line still.
There it goes!
We did see a rock earlier in the game that from this far out crashed over big time. And
This
here
is
it goes.
remarkable.
And in fact is going to get past the yellow to the red rock in the top of the button. A remarkable amount of curl from out wide, and it just swooped over about halfway to the rings.
It's in a straight line 122 feet from the hack to the top of the 8-foot circle. That rock must have traveled 133 feet to get to where it landed.
Then if she
Just
tries
a
to wrap around
remarkable
it all.
amount of swing in the ice,
I like that.
especially from the hog line in.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Try that.
Okay.
We do have a
got it.
cable crossing our sheet of ice at a most inconvenient location that in that it cuts just that front edge of that red stone, but I think the indication from Abby ACKLAND and Megan Walter was that if they can draw to the nose of that red stone, that they will in fact be shot rock over the yellow rock that sits fully in the 8-foot circle. The Megan Walter out-turn draw is underway.
Stay close, Kens.
It's going to begin to curl in. It needs to miss that yellow guard out on the center line by a foot to 18 inches. Does that. He's going to pull it right in. Does rub and roll, but leaves red a little bit of an opportunity here. I think they were looking for a minute at whether or not they could play a hit on the outside edge of that red rock. I think in a desperate situation that you could play the possibility of a red triple with that red on the outside as a catcher. But I don't know that they're at that desperate stage yet.
No, they're remaining composed, and they know that it's still early moments in this game, and they're looking for a nose hit and to have their shooter sit right at the contact point.
Beth Peterson out-turn hit underway. Wants to get to the nose of the red stone in the 8-foot circle. Does make the hit. Red lies one. Red, therefore, has scored one with the opportunity now to draw for a second point. Goes a little bit wider. Wants to draw full to the 8-foot circle. Full 8-foot, bite 4-foot.
And the split time, that is from the back line to the hog line at the release point, you heard referred to as 4 seconds, which tells us that this ice is as quick as it's been all week.
Little bit, Kens. Keep it out there.
Exactly what it was for the draw to the button.
Stay down, Kens. Stay down, Kens. Stay down. Okay, that's fine. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Oh, looks like it's close. Nice. Nice, Meg.
So Megan Walter draws around that rock in the front of the 8-foot cert, bites the back of the button. That is a 2-point score for the ACKLAND team. They take a 5-1 lead after 3 completed ends. We'll be back with N4 in a moment.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
When life gets busy, getting everything done can be tough. With PharmaSafe's mobile prescription service, order your prescriptions right from your phone so they're ready when you are. Download the PharmaSafe app today.
Live well with PharmaSafe.
Here we are back in the East St. Paul Arena. 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, a tiebreaker game. A game between Abby ACKLAND, Beth Peterson. ACKLAND having won 2 games earlier in the day to climb into this position. Peterson having lost 2 games earlier in the day, either one of which, had she won, would have been enough to move her on to Sunday. So they play an extra game to determine which of these 2 fine young teams will play Sunday morning. the prize they win is the opportunity to curl against Caitlin Laws and her team at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
And they will be perfectly happy to win that prize. All they want is a chance to participate in Championship Sunday.
I like it. Right to it. Top floor. Okay, we got more line.
Okay, T-line. T-line.
So
We're up
Ackland
right now. No, it's really
Team
sliding.
Ackland, Megan Walter, the skip, with a 5-1 lead. They go to the center of the rings with their first stone. Don't quite make it to center line. Throw a second one in.
Okay, Ken.
Deep of the tee line. 2 rocks now in the 4-foot circle. 1 yellow, 1 Peterson, corner guard.
Beth Peterson ignoring it, continuing to make use of the corner guard she set up.
Line. Stay close to line. Yeah, line. Hard line.
Gotta go wait a bit.
Hard line.
Top 12.
Okay, yep. Hard cat.
Top 8.
Hard. Okay, you're right.
Just by the corner guard.
Good call.
Slides it full into the 12-foot, almost biting the 8-foot. It actually peeks out on the outside.
Do you have any?
I mean, I don't mind one more. Then rip.
I don't like putting one up.
No, I was thinking like top 12.
Okay.
Whatever you see.
Yeah, I like biting the 8.
Okay. Biting 8. You got it. It's nice here.
So there, clear communications. Megan Walter saying, I don't mind top 12 as she taps the front of the 4-foot circle.
They're already in a very serious and obvious way playing the scoreboard. They've got a 4-point lead.
Line's good. On its own. Right
They don't want any clutter out front. They don't mind Beth Peterson playing the corner guard game. And they're continuing to throw their rocks into the rings, ultimately to make the removal of them require at least 2 shots.
And you heard Sarah Oliver say, I wouldn't mind throwing it, bite the 8. She's about half a rock into the 8-foot circle.
Okay. Back line.
3 lined up. They're all going to have to move at some point. So Catherine Dirksen sets about the first movement.
We're firm.
Whoa, then.
10.
Close.
Yep.
The intern hit down on the way from Dirksen.
Yep.
She will come to the face of it, cross the face a little bit.
Okay. Great out.
Good.
Doesn't move any of them out of the rings.
1, 2. Yeah.
1, 2. 3, 4.
I like that. You can clip that back one.
Just off nose.
Yeah. If we clip the back, that's good.
You like a 9?
I like 9. You got it. Yep.
So it is Sarah Oliver. Nose turn hit. She doesn't want to get quite to the nose of this rock. Wants to punch that yellow stone out through. Doesn't mind tipping that red one off the 4-foot.
That's fine, sir.
That's fine. We're 2.
Okay.
The red open on the 8-foot circle on the left-hand side of that shot is shot stone. Yellow behind the guard is second shot.
No, like back 8.
Okay. Okay.
Speed's real good here.
Speed's really nice here, yeah.
Beth Peterson is purposely calling for this rock to end up in the back 8-foot. Ordinarily, she'd want it no deeper than the tee line.
Line right now.
Little 10.
But if she puts it
Hard
on the
early.
tee line, it makes a
Hard
run
line.
back for Abby Ackland
Where?
with her first stone.
Yeah, then you gotta go back
Fairly
east.
straightforward.
All
So
you. We're there. Okay, all you, all you,
she's
all you.
wanting it carried all the way down,
Where? Back
even
east.
as far back as
You need
the
this?
red rock that's just biting the 8-foot.
So it continues to curl as it comes into the rings, into the back of the house,
Okay.
and actually curls
14-3.
across the red. Still stays in play, counting ahead of the red biter.
Okay, so we're 2 and not 3?
We're 1. I think they're 2, 3.
Oh, 2, 3. It's kind of what I was thinking.
They might have that though. Let's
Well, do
we
you
go
like-
back. That's
Okay.
not bad. Back 8.
Yeah, that or you. Okay.
I don't hate this.
Okay,
How much do you have of this one?
a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I threw a little bit heavy here.
So with two yellows sitting as the second and the third counters in this situation, Megan Walter is quite content to have Abby Ackland throw a draw that settles right down almost at the frozen to the rocks in the back of the rings to take both yellow points away.
And it will be challenging for Beth Peterson
Just right here.
to do anything with it. But
This
this
rock
rock
has to
can't
die.
be as heavy.
It is going to get right back to the red stone. Leaves one yellow still counting, the one over behind the guard. That yellow rock you see in the top left corner of your screen is behind a guard that sits out at the end of the Scotties logo, the inside end. There you can see that guard is, we've heard a couple of times, there's only a quarter of it showing outside that guard, so it's not really a shot that can be played to take it out.
Line's good. Where? Okay, always Melissa.
Gotta go a bit.
Okay, hard line.
Line's good.
Hard line. Okay, line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Stay
there it
close.
goes. Stay close, Melissa.
Yep.
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 Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard,
Hard.
Melissa.
Hard, 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 hard. Good. Good spot.
And now yellow lies one, red second, as you can see, and the yellow top left corner is third stone. Abby Ackland needs a draw this time that's 4 to 6 feet less weight. Try to curl over to get to the face of the yellow rock behind the 4-foot.
Right down on top.
Although it's a precision shot, Abby Ackland,
Head down.
if she can pull off a perfect freeze, will take Beth Peterson's end right away.
Hard, Ken.
Strong sweep.
Go, Ken.
Need to get it past that red gar up at the top of the 8-foot or 12-foot. They do draw fully into the front of the 4-foot circle, partially buried. Angled a little bit back, but not deep enough. The question is, can a hit spring off the red at the outside and contact that red, but probably pushes it straight across to the yellow on the top of the rings.
That's the way it
That's what I
looks.
was thinking. Straight nose. Okay. 9.
This curls, yes. Do I need more brooms? Can I see a little more?
There's so much curl down this path alongside the center line that Jenna Loader's thinking that she needs more ice than they've been taking earlier in the day.
So her intern hit is on the way. She needs to get to the nose of the red rock at the top of the rings. She's going to be very close. She does hit it right back, jamming it, and still leaving red as shot stone biting the top of the 4-foot.
Similar to what I threw 2 ends ago.
Or 1. Tap it. It's frozen, but then we won't be stuck in not so bad. But yeah.
Even if you tap it here.
Oftentimes you see
I think I throw
teams
back.
exchanging good and bad breaks.
Try to
So
keep it
far
top
in
and
this
straight
game, Beth Peterson's team has
You got it. Do you like that ice or do you
received
like
nothing
less?
but
Well, we gave
bad breaks.
here,
Yeah, and it was on the center.
and you were a shade light,
Yeah, I like
so
middle.
I like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Back forward tap.
So Megan Walter, as you heard, wants to play a back 4 tap. She wants to come to the face of the red rock, currently shot rock biting the forefoot, push it back to the back of the forefoot, right on the face of the Yellowstone, removing all possibility that any of those yellows around the edge will count.
Okay, Wool, Renell. Let it work a bit. Stay
Mine's
close.
good.
Close. Wool,
Whoa.
close. Close.
Whoa.
Close.
As it comes to the hog line, it's going to start to warp.
Yeah.
So they're going to need the sweep to get it to the face of that red stone.
Curl, 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 curl. Go, go, go,
Whoa,
go,
whoa,
go.
whoa.
Good.
They do push it deep into the forefoot on the tee line.
Take the double and roll. Yeah. Just high. Have we roll into there?
Okay.
9. This should curl.
We'll just leave her the freeze, I guess.
Just gotta make it. We're
Yeah.
sitting 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So again, from our on-ice expert analysts, commentators, you heard Beth Peterson say we'll play the double kill. If we make the double kill, we roll over to the side. We're going to be laying second, third, and fourth shot stones. You're leaving her the freeze to the back, yes, but she's got to make it.
Risk and reward, always at play in this game. 4 points down, though. Beth Peterson needs this one.
Yep.
She does need to hit the high side, the right-hand side of the center line on this stone, but as she comes to the hog line, she's starting to curl. She's going to curl right to the nose of it, push it straight past, roll over.
Oh, that's terrible.
And while neither you nor I, Barry, might have said it quite that way, that was a quite succinct analysis by the skip from Assiniboine Memorial.
Calling it the way she sees it.
Like if we went here.
Yeah, unless you came here.
I didn't mind this. Piece of the 4, sit 1, 2. I mean, even T-line's nice. T-line's nice.
I'd hate to give her this for 2. But I guess it's more than that for 4.
Positioning of this next shot important, because those two reds do sit in a position where they can be doubled out by a hit on the outside.
Like
There's an option.
here.
There's another option.
I mean, we can if you want to call it.
No, I like
The rocks, though, that will be thrown will be
third
round,
shot
I
at
promise
Exactly,
you.
yeah. Like if you, yeah.
There's
I like
another
it. As long as
option.
you're full 8. You got it.
I gotta bite the 4
This
foot.
seems close to max for me, but
You want edge?
I was thinking
like
here.
edge.
Yeah.
So Megan Walter comes to the hack. She's looking at the interred side of the rings. She's going to cross the center line, trying to get to the far side, the open side of the 4-foot circle.
You ever play the guard on that?
Rock position, really important if she happens to come up just a little bit short into the top of the 4-foot.
Megan
or-
didn't like the look from the hack.
You just have a draw for 1.
Okay. This is for 3, not 4. Because their shooter's rolling out. It's very thin.
Timeout.
Yeah, just call time. This is
Interesting
for 3.
timing for a
Their
timeout.
shooter's going to roll out. That's super thin, and it is hard. So, I mean, it would be for
It has
3,
been a long
but
day,
if you're here,
and
then it's a
frankly,
draw for 1.
I'd rather her
this is
draw
a
for
pivotal
1 than
point
have a
early
double
in the
for 2.
game.
Okay. I don't hate it. I don't mind it.
Does she have this for?
The worry is
No.
simply this.
No.
The two Ackland
For 2
stones,
maybe, but this looks like it's
if
going
Beth
back
Peterson
on here.
comes down
For how
and
many
makes
draws?
contact here,
This is not going anywhere, though. She's got
and
to get rid of
has
both of these. So
a
she
double
basically
out
has
that
this
way
double slash.
or that way.
This would be for 3. This
It
is,
leaves
what do you like
Peterson
out?
sitting
This is
3
jamming.
at least.
What if we guarded this?
So then the thought is,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
what if we
well, I
take
think if you're right here, you guard both.
Yeah.
this second stone, the
I think this
yellow
is,
stone,
This is
take this one
but I
away
think
as a
it's only for
counter
one.
by putting a red
and then
stone
she's only
I
getting.
just
anywhere
think
here.
coming in right now is very risky for us.
Risk reward.
Like this.
It's tough. Yeah, I like
Which
the guard.
shots
Let's
are
do the guard.
makeable?
Well, Kenzie's
They're now
right
starting to talk about the draw.
Okay, it's
To
pretty
end
far
up
over, so
I think
right where
we
the
got to get to that high side.
we got to get here. So
hollow redstone
I like
is
that,
sitting
Meg.
on the telestrator image. It will still leave the shot that I've drawn, but it will only allow the Beth Peterson team to count 1.
So now it would appear to me they're playing the out-turn draw closer to center to go across the yellows to guard
Good. Maybe a little tight.
against that exact shot that we're talking about.
Exactly.
Needs to get wide.
Easy Kens. Easy Kens.
The only way to get there is with the outturn. It's got to cross the center line.
As it gets to the hog line, begins to go, they want to curl it. They want to curl it out almost to that RME logo. To take it wide, to
That
take it wide.
is perfect. They've taken away any possibility of the red on red double that I had telestrated. So now Beth Peterson has a draw here, possibly a draw here,
I just don't know what that's going to do coming across the top.
but she's looking at no more than 2 if her shot is perfect.
And a very difficult perfect shot to get to that red stone. It can get there as it dies. The question is, can it get there with enough momentum to move it the 8 to 10 inches that it has to move?
And once again, this is pure trust. We're standing right behind Beth as she delivers the rock. She can see nothing of the red stone that she's hoping to make contact with.
So that out-turn draw is underway.
Line's really good.
Needs to be in the 4-foot
You
to
got it.
score a single.
Line's holding well. Go, go, go.
Hi, Melissa.
You got it.
Dig, Melissa.
Strong sweep to get it there. It's got to be full 4-foot, close to the button. And you see that that is exactly what she has accomplished. She has made that draw for a single point, but the score does sit at 5-2 for Team Ackland over Peterson as we go to the 5th end. We'll be back with that momentarily.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO. Masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
At this point in time, the Abby Ackland team, skipped by Megan Walter, firmly in control. They've scored a 3, they've scored a 2. They've forced each time the Peterson team, as they've been forced to take a single. So multiple points scored, giving up singles, the perfect formula for victory. And at the start of this fifth end. Team Ackland leads by a score of 5-2 with last rock. And no hesitation about using that last rock, the first stone in their last rock end, and go right to the 4 foot behind the yellow guard, center guard presented by the Peterson team. Again, center cut the rock, biting the 4 foot.
Yep, pretty in the middle, but okay.
It's like a tight 3. Guard, I thought.
What we're seeing so far is a pair of teams that are having completely different game experiences. The Ackland team is feeling it. Megan Walter in particular is completely on her game.
As high as possible, line's fine.
Beth Peterson and her squad are fighting it a little bit. The fifth end break's going to be important for them to collect their thoughts, refocus as needed, and come out charging, because it's all to play for in the second half of this game, even though they find themselves a few points down. Job one, though, is to try to limit Team Ackland to a single point in this fifth end before going into the break.
Mackenzie Elias, her second stone of the end, on the same track to the center of the rings around the 2 center guards. Right to the nose of it, a little tap to the 4 foot. And now Beth Peterson will go to them.
Do you like play anyway now? Okay, you got it, Kat. Top 12. Okay, top 12. Gotta go. 3.
Top 8.
2. Gotta go.
Hard, guys.
We're not there.
Okay.
We're really light.
Okay.
Very light.
That's too bad. Catherine Dirksen is standing at the side of the sheet, pretty unhappy. A throw like that sort of comes out of nowhere, but it might be symptomatic of overall fatigue. Not strength fatigue, but fatigue writ large.
So there are 3 guards up the center line on a pair of red stones on the center line in the rings, and Sarah Oliver is asked to play an in-turn hit. She'll remove one of those guards. Leaves 2.
Okay, right on it.
You got it.
Line's good. Top 8. Top 8.
So Catherine Dirksen is given a second chance.
Okay, right on it.
Well short with her first attempt to draw to the 2 reds in the
There it goes.
rings.
Line only. Okay, stay close, Jenna.
This one will be there.
Jenna, go. Go, Jenna. Go, Jenna. All right, Jenna.
Asking Jenna Loda to give her some sweeping to bring it inside a bit. Does get nearly to the face of it.
Very nice recovery.
And Walter will ask Sarah Oliver this time to rip off the 2 remaining guards.
This time with her out turn. Oh no, with her in turn again. Much tighter line.
Going to be very close on this. She's curling up, gets one bang, and rolls away. Nice
Sounds
shot.
as if Sarah's entire family has come out to watch her play.
There we go.
Big cheering section.
It's okay. Better late than never. Good shot. Peach.
So Jenna Loader, she plays the guard to the center line. This time, Walter asks Abby Ackland to throw an out-turn peel.
Yep, hard. Right up.
Clean. You're good.
And knocks off the corner of that rock, pushes it both out of play.
Same?
I guess.
The Peterson team will try one more center guard. Needing a miss. Although so far the Ackland team has been making those center line peels look awfully routine.
We're a little tighter. We're tighter line. Probably over curling. Are we almost in? I think we are. Gotta sit. Okay, that works. Yeah.
So the guard's in place. Ackland will play the out-turn peel again.
Yep. Whoa. Clean.
The mistake they can't have is to have it curl to the nose of this stone and run it straight in. No fear there, it hits and rolls away. Now, skip stones to come. Peterson will play the hit. Try to kill a pair of reds and have a couple of yellows separated in the rings. Not necessarily trying to score as much as trying to get position so that Walter is forced to take a single point.
So what happens when I have to get my own rock?
They are bringing the potential of a blank back into play, though.
8.5.
Walter certainly would like a blank. It would shorten the game up to 5 ends with her retaining hammer.
Beth Peterson's out-turn hit.
Yep.
She's going to
Hard.
come close to the center. She's going
Hard.
to bang it on, kill a pair of reds, but her Yellowstone will roll. Nope, not out of play, just back 12-foot circle. Good position.
The force is on.
Stuck for fun. I thought I hit it way too thick. That's a perfect spot there. I mean, if you just rolled here too, maybe that's fine. 10-5. You got it.
Hit and flop your way. So 10-5.
Walter will play the out-turn hit, try to roll over, stay as shot stone in the top 12.
Queen. Whoa, curl.
It's on its way down
Curl.
the ice. It's
Close.
got to curl up some.
Curl.
Does make the contact work hard. It does hit and roll, but
Come back. Okay, that's fine.
hooks back in as a biter.
Shoot.
Peterson
Have fun.
will play now to put a rock in play, other side of the ring, split the rings, force Walter to draw for one.
15, 14-8.
Meg is talking to herself on the way back behind the tee line. Little lack of concentration on that last throw. Got it out just enough that it didn't roll to be shot.
Line's good.
Pretty positive.
Bit snug.
Line's fine. Pretty positive.
Gotta be full 12.
Holding.
Really
Back.
holding.
Sweepers,
Backy.
Melissa Gordon, Catherine Dirksen.
Or just full 12. Full 12.
Just wanted in
We can't leave the
sufficiently
double,
to
so
be
T-line
second
clutch.
shot or first
Hard
shot,
catch.
as long as there's not a
You're
double.
Go, Cat.
You're good.
Get to the tee line, there will be no double.
Good.
I'm not so sure that with a solid 3-point lead coming up to the midpoint of the game, Megan Walter would chance a double in any case, but she's just playing a nose hit now.
Yeah, it would need to be an automatic, if there's such a thing, a pure double kill. She'll just play a nose hit, take a single point. But a slip would give Peterson a point and some hope. So we'll see Megan Walter with the outturn hit. Nice controlled weight as it just comes to the rings and makes that nice nose hit for a single point and a 6-2 lead. Team ACKLAND over Team Peterson at the mid-game break. And we'll be back with the second half of the game after that break.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Knott Auto Corp have been pioneers as well.
Why not?
Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto
Why
services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
It means coming together, helping one another, being there, showing support. That's community. Getting together with your chums you want to curl with.
It's important to volunteer, help out as much as we can.
I love curling.
I love curling.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
Eat. Meet.
Stay.
Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made-in-Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
When life gets busy, getting everything done can be tough. With PharmaSafe's mobile prescription service, order your prescriptions right from your phone so they're ready when you are. Download the PharmaSafe app today.
Live well with PharmaSafe.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
3 and a 2, and then a 1 for Ackland on the odd-numbered ends. Peterson has been forced to singles, facing a lot of Ackland stones, a lot of rocks in play on the even-numbered ends, but singles for the Peterson team. Net result, Megan Walter and her team Ackland from the St. Paul Curling Club lead by a score of 6-2 as we begin the second half of this tiebreaker game. Loser goes home, winner goes home for a while, but then they come back tomorrow morning, where they will play Caitlin Laws and her team at 9:30 tomorrow morning right here on this same sheet of ice in the East St. Paul Curling Club. The winner of that game will go to a 2 o'clock game again on this same sheet of center ice against Jennifer Jones and her team.
Here's an expected and interesting development in the ice conditions. You'll have seen on that first out-turn draw that ended up actually crossing the center line by nearly a full rock width, that Megan Walter held her brush just inside the edge of the 12-foot. So what started as 5.5 feet of curl is now looking a lot more like 6.5 feet of curl, with the pebble having worn down through the first half of the game. Likewise, the corner guard that Beth Peterson called for ended up sliding to cover only a rock that would come into the 12-foot as opposed to any portion of the 8-foot. So those changing conditions are going to make a single guard, whether on the center line or in the corner, even less effective than in the first half of the game.
Mackenzie Elias throws the lead stones for the Ackland team. They will go right to that red rock, biting the 8-foot, if so be it. In fact, they tap it up to the 4. Red lies 2. Yellow, the Peterson stones. Peterson all out now. Last rock here in the 6th. Needs a couple. Would like more.
A couple will be a good start in 6. A force of Ackland in 7 would be an even better start. Another pair in 8 would help. A force in 9 would be perfect. And a pair in 10 would tie the game at 8-8.
A little bit, yep.
Or 3 in 10 would win the game outright for Peterson. That's the simple arithmetic that is rattling around in her head right now as she tries to set up her first of what hopefully would be for her 3 doubles this second half of the game.
I promise you, it's like a 1.5.
Okay, let's do it.
I like 11.
Trust it. You got it. You got it. It'll come up. Just make sure you're there. You got it, sir.
Sarah Oliver taking an extra few seconds just to visualize the shot. It's a terrible look from a right-hand thrower's hack.
Close. Easy. Close.
Her teammates encouraging her just to trust it.
Play past that corner guard. Strong sweep to get past it. Just rubs it, pushes a little closer to center, but does now leave that rock in the 12-foot circle wide open.
Top 12. Top 12? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 15.
Sarah tried to fully commit to the shot. Threw it nicely, but unfortunately her worst fears, catching that top guard.
Okay, line's really tight. Hard, Jenna. Really gotta go. Where are we? Top 12.
Catherine Dirkson's
You gotta stay down.
draw. Again, she'll go behind the corner guard. That corner guard's been moved over a little bit.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Okay, Cap.
Goes right around
Okay, just about a foot inside.
and leaves.
Do you have all this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like
Megan sees now a double kill on these two yellows. Just a hit delivery past that guard.
Yes, that was a perfect one.
Inside contact on the rock in the 12-foot. Across to the yellow rock in the 8-foot. Out-turn delivery underway. She's not going to get the double. She's going to hit most of the yellow and roll. Not roll at all. Sits nose hit. Beth will go around that guard again.
There's a calmness about Megan Walter that belies her age. Whether or not that's fine really means that, the way she delivers that comment is just absolutely sublime.
Stay close, Jenna.
So Catherine Dirksen with her second draw
matter,
attempt around that guard. She got past it the first time, nicely positioned in the 8-foot. This one is snapping over quickly to the corner, is going to rub the corner, push it back now and make the Yellowstone wide open and accessible.
We talked about the fact that the pebble is already worn down with the opening draw to the top of the 8-foot that Megan Walter called for. You're seeing it with these upweight shots as well. They're moving more than expected.
Abby Ackland, hers is an in-turn hit. She wants to hit the yellow. It is wide open, the guard having been moved. She's going to bang it right on the nose.
And this end, once again, has turned right around in favor of the Ackland team.
I don't know. Hit and roll?
Note of reservation
Just, like, kind of a side you can try. Okay.
in Beth Peterson's voice.
Little frustration, things just not going well at all.
10? 10-5. Okay.
It's a small thing, but nobody on the Peterson team has cracked a smile in the last couple of ends.
Yep.
Resby.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Whoa.
Well, Jenna Loader's out-turn hit is underway. She's going to come pretty much to the face of the red stone.
Good. Good throw.
And once again, Megan Walter knows that she can hit, as she said, 3/4. She gets rid of the yellow. She rolls to the 4-foot behind cover. Abby Ackland's second shot of this 6th end. Same in turn as previously. She's going to have a little better angle of contact here. She is going to get that real nice roll into the 4-foot. 3 up the center line behind the yellow guard. Not perfectly behind. And that red rock on the side still remains in play as a biter. Beth Peterson looking now for a hit. A little bit of inside action. That red stone, the top of 2 in the 4-foot area is wide open.
Yep. Hard line.
She can't curl too much without touching the red rock in the top of the 8-foot.
Oh, you gotta go! Whoa, Melissa.
And she makes the contact and will roll open.
Well, okay. Nothing's really working.
No. For half the teams out here. For the other half the teams, it's working really, really well. And Megan Walter skips the team for which things are working well. She'll play an in-turn hit, hoping to get a little bit low side, a little across the nose of the Yellowstone and roll back over into the 8-foot in front of the 2 counters.
Expressions of reservation slowly shifting to resignation, I think, Resby. They need 2 points here some way, somehow, and at this point it's tough to figure out how.
So that rock does curl just across the face of the yellow target rock, rolls perfectly over in line with the 2 in the forefoot. Each shot now better than the previous. The Walter team, not feeling any pressure at all, is playing very, very well.
They're playing loose. They're playing as if they are former world champions. They're playing as if they want to cap off their very good day perfectly. And they're playing as if they can smell the finish line in this one. It helps to have a 4-point lead, of course, Resby.
Anytime, yep. So, red, the ACKLAND team lies 3 clustered in the center of the rings and a 4th one way over in the wings. Beth Peterson needs to move 3 rocks, stick on the nose, at least move 2 rocks. She does that, she moves all 3.
Get out.
But that is not able to move all 3 of them out of the rings, and it does leave Megan Walter a hit to lie 3. Peterson does have hammer, so this rock perfectly thrown by Megan Walter. She would want it to roll from this outside yellow across to the center line, just across the center line, fully buried.
Although they'll be perfectly happy to force Beth Peterson to a single point, they're still going to try to make the obtaining of that single point as challenging as possible.
So the in-turn hit does trail straight down the ice. It does get to the nose, a little bit of an inside roll, but not much. Wide open. 3 red stones in play.
Beth Peterson has the full 8-foot to draw to.
Last stone of the 6th end, the even numbered ends. Beth Peterson has had last rock each time we've played to the even number end. Beth Peterson has been forced to play for a single point each time. Has scored a pair of singles in 2 and 4. Here on end number 6, she comes into the rings. She's sliding deep. There's a strong sweep. Not enough sweep to pull it out of the 8-foot circle. A single point, and once again, the force 3 ones for the Peterson team at the even numbered end, and the score is 6-3 for Team ACKLAND, the team skipped by Megan Walter, over Team Peterson. They'll play the 7th, and we'll have that for you after this break.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Briar in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Back at the 2023 Curl Manitoba Scotties Tournament of Hearts, presented by Rocky Mountain Equipment. You see the score sheet. Pretty simple math. A 3, a 2, and a 1 adds up to a whole lot more than 3 1s. It is 6-3, Team ACKLAND over Team Peterson. Team ACKLAND with the hammer. And despite the fact that the yellow guard is very tight to the rings, just an inch or two short, Megan Walter asks her lead, Mackenzie Elias, to go around that, as they've done every end here at this odd-numbered end.
This one should grind.
Staying aggressive. Not fussing with the idea of spotting a rock out in the corner. Forcing Team Peterson to make every one of their shots a good one. None of which are easy.
So that Elias rock slides just over the tee line. Because it slid that little bit deep, it did not curl right up to the center line. Elias is throwing every one of her first stones on the top of the 4-foot circle. This one a little deep. And Team Peterson will try to draw to it. As it crosses that RME logo, it really does so almost turn right. It slides again also deep of the tee line.
Once again, playing the scoreboard with hammer. No concern about rolling wide with the shooter. Megan Walter is recommending that they play a backline hit, bordering on a hack weight hit to lie to.
So they need to get past that center line rock. They can't yet touch that rock and push it into the rings, but they're going to be well past it. And from the RME logo, again, it starts to turn right. She will hit, roll a little bit open.
Or you can throw the guard on this. I like the freeze. Okay, make it. You got it, Kat.
Catherine Dirksen now, and the call for her is the same as the call for Mackenzie. Put it into the 4-foot, frozen to the red rock on the back of the button. But this one's going to start to curl hard from the hog line in, and she will over curl and tap that yellow stone. In pure theory, I believe, Barry, that yellow stone could be put back on the center line and the yellow thrown rock removed.
Absolutely.
But in this instance, it may be that Megan Walter looks at it and says, I'm happier with the idea of playing the peel on the 2 rocks rather than on the 1. So
that's exactly the conclusion she's come to.
It is her prerogative whether she puts that rock back. So we'll see. It is Sarah Oliver, and she does throw the in-turn hit with a lot of acceleration to it. She hits the 1, rolls onto the top of the rings. Little exuberant there on that weight. Just didn't give it a chance to curl at all. It only had to curl, what, another inch?
Exactly. Sarah's not only looking toward the finish line, she's trying to race toward it.
Exactly.
She overpowered that one a little bit.
Catherine Dirksen's second shot of the end.
1.5. Line's okay. 1.5. Okay, line's good. Line's good.
And it will be a high guard. Try to pull it as close to the center line as they can. And it does, as if almost falling off a slope there, tumble towards the center line.
2 feet forward and 1 foot sideways. It's an incredible final amount of break as the last bit of speed is coming off the delivered rock. It's just unbelievable. And by that I mean positively unbelievable in that it's so much fun to watch.
Sarah, an out-turn hit, or in-turn hit. This one more under control, and had she thrown this shot last time, she would have ripped both of those guards away. But the high guard is gone. General Loader will replace it. And from this point, it really skids sideways, right to the center line.
So Megan Walter is looking at the idea of piling on, adding a third rock as a counter. In effect, calling Beth Peterson on the center guard strategy and obligating her to start playing the rocks in the middle.
Well, and at the same time, knowing that if she rips off the guard again, Beth may well be the one who goes to the center first and is going to make it more difficult rather than easier. So Megan elects to be the first one in. This one's not going to get to the middle the way they want it to. It is going to come a little deep, a little overthrown by Abby ACKLAND. Slides back into the 8-foot circle.
Yeah, that looks really big. Yeah. We're tight. Okay, stay with the cat. Curling. Cat, go. Go, cat. Go, cat.
And again, from
Go, cat,
the
you're
hog
close.
line, here it goes.
Hard, cat, you're really close. Hard! Really close, really close.
Big swing to the center as it comes to the top of the house.
That's good. Good call, guys. Okay.
10-5.
It does leave room to cleanly remove the yellow stone.
Yes, it does. It created the separation by pushing that red rock deep. So half the rock pushes it out between them. Rolls over to the edge of the 8-foot, maybe into the 12.
There's no little like back 4 tap till I 1-2.
Yeah, you can, but you're jamming here.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's not awful.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is stay in front.
Okay, we can do that.
Change of call.
I like that. So like just like
back 4?
Yeah. Yeah, just a foot less.
Both good calls.
This call, the other call would leave these two in the back of the 4-foot as backers. This is intended to not have, is to have shot rock in front of the tee line, not behind it.
Harder.
Hard!
Hard on this, Kens.
Hard!
Hard on that.
Hard!
Go!
Hard!
So they kind of play a combination of the two, not quite the weight. Rolls over to tee line, bite 4, pushes the yellow back through so that red is at this moment lying 4.
It works for them, except that the next time they try to promote a yellow rock, in the same direction, they'll lose 2 of their counters. But it's not a bad outcome.
This is red. Sorry, what speed did you say? Okay.
Beth Peterson, the first of the skip stones here on the 7th. Out-turn draw.
Big. Where, guys? Okay, line's good. Okay, line's good. Okay, can't be there. Line's really good. Line's good. Stay close, Kat. Okay, are you back here? You gotta do something with this. No, it's just this. That's not it.
Beth, once again, with a candid self-assessment.
So that rock does come to rest as second shot stone. It'll probably stay there through this end if Megan Walter does as she wishes to, which is to put it on the tee line or on the center line in the front of the 4-foot circle. Her out-turn draw in the same path, underway.
Top 4. Top button's perfect. All you. Wall line. Line's perfect. Hey, yep. Hard. Top button.
Sarah Oliver and Mackenzie Elias with the sweep. They want to keep that moving. They want to roll it into the top 4 foot, biting the button perhaps, but no deeper. And Beth Peterson has known for some time that her final shot was probably going to be on this wide in-turn side. If she can get
freeze the inside of that red.
just to the red stone and rub off to the button, she can be shot stone.
It's a little stickier. Yeah.
There isn't a single sheet of club ice anywhere in this province where this shot would be makeable. But tonight, based on everything we've seen, this shot is definitely there.
But it has to be to the inside of the red rock on the tee line.
She threw it right at the stick.
Line's good. Gotta go, though. Stay close. Yes. Yep.
If it stays straight, it noses the red. She's going to be well past the guard at the top of the rings. She is going to get that little inside roll off that shot stone, but will roll right back. Red lies 1, I would suggest. There was just a little bit of bad luck. She just got 1 millimeter more of the red. She would have sat on the button. Abby ACKLAND, I think, has indicated to Megan Walter that she believes there is 1, 2 reds.
That's for 3.
Can I just skinny this? Like with like backline weight?
Yeah, you don't need much.
Regardless,
I like backline. Yeah,
Megan
I love
Walter
backline.
has the opportunity.
This would just go, if you clip this, it's going into that. No, if you clip this, it's going here.
To come down
No, I love backline.
and catch
If you get 2 from it,
enough
you
of
get 2
that
from it. Like if we hit it thick
yellow
and,
that
and
may
roll
be
in.
second shot.
I love it.
Similar ice then?
Well,
Just basically drawing through that line
yes, we're just redirecting.
to the
yeah.
back
And I
yellow.
mean,
If she
you do
rubs
hit it
off the
thick, though,
outside
I mean,
red,
you might still get
so
your
be it.
deuce.
If she doesn't rub off the outside red, she's going to bump yellow and still count
if
2
you
or
hit
3.
it thin enough,
Either
you
path
just have to
works.
move this an inch.
Wait.
An inch. Like this then? Back line?
Yeah, I like that.
I was thinking maybe here.
I like less.
Okay. You got it.
Megan is talking about rubbing ever so slightly off that outside red rock.
Abby gave her the ice Megan said, I like less. I think Megan knows exactly the weight she wants to throw. It is not a dead draw. It is just probably a back 4-foot draw. She expects it to run a little bit straight and just rub in off that outside red one. If this rock works the way it's supposed to, this game is about to end. It snaps at the top of the rings. It is just going to get the rub, the bump as called. It will be a count of
3 red.
3, it would appear. They look at it. 2 for sure. Jenna Loader looks again. Kicks it off.
And that's the game.
And a concession. So a 3-point score. Abby Ackland makes the complete run from the beginning of the day. A win, and then a win in this tiebreaker game. They beat Beth Peterson twice to advance to the Sunday morning semifinal game. That semifinal game will be played at 9:30 tomorrow morning. They will go on the ice, does Team Ackland against Caitlin Laws. The winner of that game will go to the 2 o'clock final game against Jennifer Jones. Barry Gorlick, a final comment on a really good day.
My highlight of this game was the affectionate hug, sorry to be emotional, between the 2 skips at the end of that game. It was sincere. It says everything you need to know about the level of respect that these teams have for each other and the joy they take in playing at this level, at this wonderful sport.
Thank you very much, Barry. It's been great working with you today. The end of the day from the 2023 Scotties Tournament of Hearts at East St. Paul. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Laws versus Ackland, winner against Jones. Tomorrow morning, we'll be with you then. Resby Coots and Barry Gorlick.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities, with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO. Masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian. You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/curlmanitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities, with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
When life gets busy, getting everything done can be tough. With PharmaSafe's mobile prescription service, order your prescriptions right from your phone so they're ready when you are. Download the PharmaSafe app today.
Live well with PharmaSafe.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
Eat. Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.